The title of the piece is called Jesup Blessup, and it's based on the Jesup Wagon, which started in 1906. It was a horse-drawn carriage that went around to different farms, the local farmers, handing out pamphlets and providing information on best practices in terms of conservation. I read a very small book about George Washington Carver maybe 18 years ago that really stuck with me. And it was really more about how much he relied on an external unknown force to infuse his ideas. And I think the way that he approached and looked at materials and possibilities and opportunities, and even as generous as he was with the time that he spent here on this planet, I think all of that was like deeply rooted in a radical practice of love. And I think there are things that he has said, there's quotes of his that I think about all the time. And I think I try to approach making art from that place, from that perspective. I work in conversation with the materials. So after a while, you have an idea of what the form is going to be and maybe what specific elements are, but not until you start actually putting that thing together do you know how much restraint you need to have, right? In terms of, this doesn't want to be that, this is actually something else. And so I always leave room open to listen, like maybe listen to the carriage or listen to the material that I'm using. Right off the bat, I started with wanting to paint it iron red or blood red. So thinking about the color of the clay of the earth, he made lots of pigments from clay. He made lots of paintings from the pigments that he made from clay. And he was constantly inventing and thinking about like the materials that he had at hand. I'm referencing that, but I'm also representing the blood-soaked earth, right? Like thinking about how decimated the economy was, the Southern economy was after the Civil War. And so thinking about how do you acknowledge, one, indigenous land, two, the seeds that were sown through slavery, and the blood that was toiled for hundreds of years. So there's lots of different ways in terms of the materiality in which I was thinking about how can I harken back to like a farmer in Alabama.